Today is not only a pickup video, but I'm also going to tell you the story of Technocop and how this is one of the worst trades I ever made back in the day, and now the game has finally gotten back into my collection and into my library. And you know what? Kind of happy about it. Welcome to the Poor Man's Retro Game Room, and let's get started on the pickup video, and then I am going to talk a little bit about Technocop and share some memories of trading games back in the day, and hopefully it'll bring back some memories to you, and you'll find it a bit nostalgic. So let's get started first. I'm going to get started with my non-Sega pickups first. And I think this is Izzy. Izzy's Olympic Quest, or Quest for the Olympic Rings. Yeah, pretty weird game. US Gold. The best thing about this game, though, is I have a buddy that is trying to collect all of the SNES games, get a full set, a full collection of the library, and he did not have this one, so this one is on the way. Yeah, this one's on the way to Notorious CIB. So CIB, keep your eyes open, it will be coming in the mail at some point. Happy to contribute to your collection. He's contributed several Atari Jaguar games to my collection, and we've done a lot of trading over the past, some big trades too, actually. And so I am happy. It makes me feel good to actually contribute this to CIB's collection. It's a super cheap game. I got it for $5, I think. It's ridiculously low price. Alright, so then another game that I had never played before, and this is an N64 game, Pokemon Snap, and Pokemon Snap, I guess. I've never played a Pokemon game. Never got into it. A little bit after my time, you know, and kind of geared more for kids, I think. This game does look pretty cool, though, because if I'm understanding correctly, you're taking pictures of Pokemon. I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of glad to add this to my library and to my N64 collection. Don't have the hugest N64 collection, so anytime I can add a quality game, that's a good thing. And then another N64 edition this week, or this month, and I just got this in about a week ago. Diddy Kong Racing, and I really like this case that it came in. You can tell it's like an old rental case is what it looks like, but they sell them now, and you know, you can get the vinyl to put over it, but that thing just looks excellent. And man, I wish I had these boxes for all my 64 games. But Diddy Kong Racing is a really good game. We got it back in the day, and my kids loved it. We played it a lot, had a lot of fun with it. Really love all the different vehicles and all the different tracks, and it's just fun. It's a great game. So, glad to add Diddy Kong Racing, and I will tell you that this game is affordable. For a retro game, an N64 retro game, Diddy Kong Racing is very affordable. Alright, so we're going to move on to my Sega Genesis collection here, and the things that I've added to my library. I'm always wanting to add those early games, either launch games or games that came, you know, maybe in that first year or the second year. You know, there's just some real nostalgia there. I remember renting a lot of those games, you know, when I had my Sega Genesis when I first got it. There wasn't a whole lot of games to pick from back in the day. When I got mine, it was either right on launch or, you know, just afterwards. But there wasn't a whole lot of games to pick from. And when I went to pick my Genesis up, Madden, I believe, was out at that point, just came out, and picked it up along with a few other games. But I always wanted to add Super Hang-On, and this is either a launch game or it's a real early game. But it's pretty cool. Not only do you get the arcade version of the game, but you also get an original mode. and that is where it's almost an RPG, almost a racing with an RPG, with some RPG elements, because you can earn money through the races and buy equipment, upgrade your bike, make it faster, you know, better parts, all that good stuff. I never really delved into that mode, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. I want to try it, and it sounds like something that I would really enjoy. So getting an early Sega Genesis game is awesome. Alright, now here's the only game that I have of this variant. The Sega Genesis came out with some of those Sega Classic variants, kind of at the end of the run there. And they were discounted, of course, because they were very early Sega Genesis games, but I've never had Shinobi, the Revenge of Shinobi, complete in box. And I don't have any of these Sega Classic ones, so when I saw this, and I got this complete in box with everything in it, and in excellent condition, you can tell it still has the hang tab, the case is in excellent condition, and I got this for $23, complete in box, so yeah, can't beat that. Had to pull the trigger on that one, really happy with that. Another game that I really wanted, and have had a lot of fun with since I did get it. I've been playing it, and it's a lot of fun, man. And it's kind of an earlier game, I believe. I'm not sure. You know, it wasn't a launch game, but and a lot of people. It's kind of surprised. A lot of people haven't played this game, or they're not really aware of it, or you know, they've seen it out and never really played it. It's kind of overlooked a little bit. But Decap Attack, really cool game, and a great game to play, you know, during the Halloween season or any type of spooky, you know, type of thing. It's kind of a, well, it's just the atmosphere, but it's a really quirky, fun, awesome game to play. So I'm glad to finally add it and complete in box to the collection as well. And then I added a few sports games, and you know, these were in a lot. But I don't mind, and you know, some of the cool things, think about this, you know, complete in box sports game, super cheap. Look how good that case is, and what kind of condition that is. It has the hang tab. I might switch this box out with another one, you know, maybe a better game, more expensive, more sought after game, and just switch that case out. Same with the rest of these too. I am kind of glad to have this one though. College football. This was a fun game. I remember renting this and having a blast with it. And so, very cool. It's got CU on it. And, you know, the CU Buffaloes. And it was back when they were a real powerhouse. Hopefully they'll be back to that soon. And then, Hardball 95. This one doesn't have the hang tab on it, but the case is still in excellent condition. Complete in box, everything with it, and it's kind of got that different shape cartridge. So there really is no switching that one out, but still cool. And it's not that bad of a game either, Hardball 95. Alright, so then the two super big pickups, and these came today. I went down to, was able to go to Fort Morgan. It's a small town about 40 miles away from me. And there's an antique / thrift store there, and it's called Always Picking. And went in there and actually found Rambo 3, complete in box, and it was around $40. That's a great deal for Rambo 3. This is a launch game as well, and the game is actually playing up on the flat screen, but you can see the manual's in excellent condition. Case is just really nice. So really happy with that. I had it loose. This is a huge upgrade because I've always wanted the case and the instructions to it. And you know, I'd love to get as many launch games complete in box as possible. I don't know what it is, but kind of want to revisit that time. Alright, so then the last game here. This is Technocop, and it's a very different game too. Part of it is driving, and it's almost like a road blaster in the driving parts of the game. You know, you can fire and you blow up other cars and motorcycles and vehicles on the highway. And then when you get to your destination, your car will park, you'll get out of the car, and it turns into a side-scrolling action shooter, shoot 'em up type of game. You have a net, you have a gun, and the big selling point back in the day for Technocop, it's not a good game, man. It's a terrible game. But the big selling point back in the day was that it was made for mature audiences. And there was blood in this game, and it was bloody, gory. Yeah, so back in the day, it was considered a violent video game. Now, of course, nowadays it would not be considered a violent video game. And yeah, you could shoot people. There were blood in the game. There was blood in the game. If innocents got in your way, and you know you happen to shoot them, fill them full of lead, well, too bad. You know, and it had just a little disclaimer on the back saying not suggested for children under 12. Well, back in the day, that was kind of a novelty, having a really violent video game on a console. You know, man, I want to say around the same time, maybe a little bit before Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I want to say that. But anyway, it was super violent. So my cousin saw it and bought it, and I think we had seen some stuff in magazines, or he had read the back of the case, you know, and saw, you know, some of the bloody parts of the game, and that made him want it more, of course. So he bought it, and then he ended up bringing it over to my house, and we played a little bit of it. I didn't really play it much, and he had to go, and so we were trying to cook up a trade, and so I stupidly really wanted this game. I wanted this game. I don't know what it was. I guess I thought it was going to be a super mature game and just really, you know, gritty, violent, bloody. And so I traded him Sonic the Hedgehog for this. Yeah, terrible on my part. Terrible trade. And my cousin did exactly what I would have done. He gladly accepted that trade. He knew a little bit more about Technocop than I did. But, hey, I was the one pushing it. I wanted it. I wanted the game. He did kind of make it sound, you know, pretty cool. He hyped it up a little bit, but then once he left and I really started digging into the game, I'm like, man, this game sucks. There's no getting around it. It's terrible, and I could not wait to get this down to the Game Force and trade it off and get something else. So this has been kind of just a part of my video gaming history. Mine and my cousin, we've brought it up several times. We laugh about it often. So Thomas, if you're watching this, dude, it's back. And you can always come over to my place and play it if you ever wonder what, you know, want to remember what this game was like. You got an open invitation. So so there you go, Technocop in all of its glory, and the story behind it, and the story why I actually bought it and added it back into my collection. I'm not one for really wanting terrible games. This is a bad game that I did want, and I'm glad I got it, complete in box, really happy about that. So anyway, alright, well thank you for joining me today. And I want to make a quick shout out. So there are memberships available to the channel, to the Poor Man's Retro Game Room, and we have our first member. And I want to thank Colin for the support. Thank you for joining the channel and becoming the first member of the Poor Man's Retro Game Room. Dude, you're awesome. You're going to see this video before everybody else gets to, and you're going to be able to see a few videos that maybe won't be readily available to everybody else. But anyway, Colin, thank you so much for the support, dude. I appreciate it. I've been at this for over 3 years, and the support that I've received in that amount of time just is phenomenal. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with me in the Poor Man's Retro Game Room. And until next time, I hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you later.